Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Kithaba Skiff Guard from Return of the Jedi. Now this is another one of the Jabba's Goons or Skiff Guards that have been reissued for the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. Now I have already reviewed Nikto, that is on the channel already, so be sure to check that out. And upcoming on the channel after this one will be Woof, or formerly known as Klaatu. I will not be reviewing the Salt Murray figure because essentially we only had him back in 2019, so I don't really think there's too much point in doing a comparison of that one. But anyway, this one's going to be Kithaba, the Skiff Guard, and let's take a look at that card back. So there he is. Some people get this guy mixed up with Barada, but I do believe that they are two different characters. Barada has the blue trousers, and we desperately need Barada in the line, in my opinion. He's one of the original 96, but this is Kithaba. But they've used the same film out, I do believe, from the original figure, but they've just changed the colours of the headband and things like that. Now, in this video, I'm going to be comparing this against the original card back that came out in, 2011, I think it was. And also, I'm going to be comparing the figure as well, because I do have the figure loose. So we're going to be comparing both. But as you can see, he does retain the number of VC56, and there's the rest of the figures that I was talking about, plus the upcoming wave that we're hoping to get our hands on pretty soon. Disney and Hasbro at the bottom, that's the import sticker. I got this from In Demand Toys. So let's compare the card backs. Alright then, so here are the two card backs. The one on the right is the original issue, and this is the new one, obviously, because it's got the 40th anniversary in the corner. Now, because that exists, they've moved the age 4+ next to the warning sign. So on all new Vintage Collection figures, it's usually in the corner there, but they've had to move it over there next to that. So there's nothing on that one there, but obviously the age group thing is in the corner of this one. You can see, very much like the Nikto card, if you watch that video, the red that they've used on the Return of the Jedi logo is a lot brighter on this card than it is on the original. And also the image itself, it's slightly better, it's slightly clearer. These seem to have almost like a green sort of lens over it almost. It's quite a hazy image. It's quite difficult to explain what I'm trying to say there, but this one is definitely cleaner, and you can see what's going on a bit more in the image. You will also notice that in the bubble, this one here has the dark brown or dark blue bandana, whereas this one has the red. Now I do have a version of Kithaba, the other one with the red. Back in the day, they released this one first and then they corrected it to the red. It's a bit undecided of which one, is the rarer of the two. I think it depends where you are. I think maybe in the UK, this one is a bit more common, and then in the US, the red one's a bit more common, I think. Might be the other way around, but obviously the new release, they're all going to be red. And we're going to open this figure now, check him out, and then we're going to compare him against this one. Okay then, so here he is out of the packaging, and the new version is the one on the left with the red bandana, and the original version with the dark brown bandana is the one on the right. So there isn't a great deal of difference apart from that bandana, except for the fact that the head on the new one is definitely a darker green, olive colour, I guess. You can really tell the difference in person. I'm not too sure if you're picking it up on the video, but this one here, the head is definitely darker. In terms of the paint apps, Kithaba's always had pretty good paint apps. So the only other big improvement is the hinges on the boots. So you can see the ankle hinges on this guy are red, which are the colour of his trousers. On this one, they are black, so they've improved that. And also the hinges on the elbows, you can just see there, are the colour of his overshirt on the original. So if we just put that down gently so he doesn't fall over. And then we look at the back of this one, you can see, although they haven't been weathered like the rest of the shirt, you can see that at least the hinges are now the correct colour. So that's kind of the comparison against the two. The weathering and everything is very, very similar between the two. And now we're going to take a close-up look at the new version. Alright then, so here is a super close-up look at Kithaba, and you can see the sculpting work and everything on that head is really, really good. This is the same race as the Raider from the ATS Raider. What are they? Clatuinians or something, I think they're called. Got like a dog face, haven't they? And there you can see that red bandana goes all the way around, and you can see the sculpting work on the back of the head. He's got a little tie on the back of it there. And as we go down the figure, you can see he has those like ammo pouches or whatever they are on the front. Now this is an actual separate piece, so that does move around, so you could take that off if you wanted to, over his head if you were to take the head off. He does have his holster there with a Palace blaster, and this Palace blaster, like the original, has been painted a little bit there, so it's all black with a bit of silver flash on there, which is pretty cool. The Palace blaster that came with Nikto did not have any paint at all. It was just a silver piece of plastic, so that's always good to see. He has that belt there with the belt buckle detail, and there's his classic red trousers, and then just to show you that hinge there, he doesn't have that red hinge, which is great. Super close up. So there you go, and looking on the back there, pretty cool. So for anybody that missed out on these the first time around and now have the skiff, then, you know, this is going to be a godsend for you. When it came to Nikto, I didn't have that figure loose, so I was really, really pleased that they reissued this one. And I think that's going to be the same case for this one. I mean, look at the dirt and everything on his arms. That looks great, doesn't it? Really, really weathered him up. And as I say, if you've got that skiff next to your barge or what have you, then you are definitely going to want one of these on that skiff. In terms of articulation, he has a ball socket on the head, so you just get, you know, plenty of movement there, but nothing too drastic. He doesn't have a double barbell or anything like that, but he does have the ball hinged shoulder. He has the hinge at the elbow, only a swivel wrist, unfortunately, no hinges at the wrist. He has a split at the waist, so you can go swivel at the waist, and of course we only have the swivel thighs because it is a pretty dated figure and they don't have, you know, all of the modern articulation. He has the knee there, knee hinge and swivel, and as I said, that hinge on the foot, but no rocker ankle. But he looks cool, man. Really like the Jabba's goons, the Skiff Guards. They're so cool. Great to have in the collection. In terms of the accessories, as I mentioned, he comes with the Palace blaster. Apart from that, he comes with his, vibro axe of these. I think these are called. And, you know, as I mentioned with Nikto, this is pretty much the same version. And, you know, it's as good a quality as the original. It's not too bendy or anything. It's half decent, so no problems there. So there you go then, that is Kithaba. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like down below if you've enjoyed the video. That always helps the video out, so thank you so much for that. And I want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting the channel. Appreciate you all watching as well, and we shall see you on the next one.